Hi, teacher. My name is Garza, and I'm in with the interactive learning product, and it's about culture and tradition between all three good countries. And with my introduction, I will learn. I will read all my my side, my right. And in this right, we will talk about three different cultures of three different countries. We will explain the principal difference between these countries and with traditions and similar things could they have. The principal goal in this homework is write and talk correctly using the correct grammar and orthography. This is for me my principal, the main of my right. Um, Okay, we could start talking with the most important tradition of these countries. Tradition is the principal looking of all countries in the world that could see the soul and emotion of their people. And in Mexico, one of the most important traditions is celebrate the Dia de Muertos. In this day, the families of Mexico give tributes and offerings to the deceased families, representing this in a kind of podium where you can put all the favorite things that they love it, like food or some pictures and etc. And you say one of the most important events it's the baseball season. This is American tradition in families of all the country. These events inspiring moments instill pride and events healed cities. And London has one important tradition that mean about the afternoon team, and it's the selection of tea and cake that you can share with family and friends. Now talk about the principal holidays. It's different between these countries, especially when we talk of Mexico because they have a lot of them, but Mexico's workers or people do not stop working. But one important holiday that they don't work is the Labor Day, and jobs that the people work. In that day, have to pay extra money for them. USA have a lot of holidays too. For me, one of the famous day is the July 4th. That that is the Independence Day, and people celebrate this day with special food and fireworks in the night. London has a special holidays in the Boxing Day. It's a day after Christmas to give gifts to the poor and all people as a special gift. And this day is normally a shopping day. People go to stores and get shopping, get, get shopping for anything what they want to give, like a gift. The typical food for all the countries is it's totally different. But Mexico and USA share a lot of food that they've been changed through the years, especially Mexico. Tacos is the most famous food for all the countries, and you can find tacos in all the country, but everywhere. Okay, so let's try to correct this. It sounds better. But for me, one of the most delicious food in Mexico is the pozole. That is a kind of soup with special corn and seasoned with special rub. This could be served with pork as a traditional dish, kitchen or beef. USA has a lot of food that share with Mexico. One of the most famous is for us it's a hamburger. We have a lot of sort of fast food, but we call easy. But people in USA use the grill to make special recipes of for special events in family. The filet mignon, like a pronunciation, it's like this kind of pronunciation of that dish. It's a code that is a delicious dish in London. This cut is seasoned with salt and pepper on medium rare or medium term. It's an expensive but traditional food. The religion is something that I talk in the fast term because I don't like to talk about much for no, I don't know personal problem. I don't know. Christianism is the most important religion in all three countries. They are like the similar religion in all the countries. But Mexico, the Catholicism is the most important religion for us. Go to the church Every Sunday, it's a part of the family's culture and pray for all of us and ours. When we talk about the language in these countries, some countries share different languages, especially USA, that share English and Spanish with Mexico and England. But with all the different migrants, they have a Chinese, French, and other language. In Mexico, the main language is Spanish. They have a lot of variety of Spanish language like Zapoteco, Maya, Totonaca, Azteca, etc. And England has only one language, and it's the English. Some places speak French and Italian because they have near countries, these countries. And finishing with part of culture, we will talk about the transportation medium in these countries. In Mexico, people has cars, but how- but a lot of more use the buses and subways. In Monterrey, it's normally for the students community use the subways. In USA, scholar buses are too popular as media as media as a media and in before finishing the high school. And England has a big subway that can travel in almost all London. It's popular in all the people who go to their jobs and young students. Conclusion. Finish the program of this subject was hard because make up big words like this one pushed me to learn vocabulary, more vocabulary and different ways to make sentences. About the difference in these countries was interesting to know about them. So, and what we call these new cultures or this difference we can cool up with my country or my tradition or my normal things. So something like a wedding or tradition could be so, something like a wedding tradition or popular dishes where we can apply there here. So I like how was important this subject. Thank you, teacher.